the grueling group stage. Only 16 teams remain. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the FSL PUBG Mobile Open Finals. It is us again, Toast, as well as the lovely Sis Jenny, to bring you today's adrenaline fueled games of PUBG action. Sis Jenny, why don't you tell everyone at home what they missed in day one?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back, of course, to the live stream. So I'm sure all of you were with us yesterday. In case those of you who missed out, well, the champions was, of course, none other is Beltron. But you know what? We're gonna go by Group A and Group B. What you are seeing is actually from Group A qualifiers. Hence, the top eight made it into today, the final round, which is Sabrina Asteria with 52 in total, Veldes, you're frozen. Is it
You
42
frosted
in
me, yep.
total? Yes. Revenger Thea, 39 in total. Monochrome Lit, 39 also. Revenger Blood Rain, 29. FGID Black Swan 28, Onyx Glory 26, Velda's Lady Streamer 19, and Grim Reaper by NC 16. So these are the top 8 from Group A. And let's look into Group B, how they made it out. So there you go. That is why I said Beltron was the champion, because the total points they left behind a lot of teams, which is 70. At number 2 is Victim Reaper, 51. And number 3, Alter Ego Dion, 44. Number 4 is DMS Female, 13, 40. Lunanera Esports, 23. Dr. SCPPG, 18. Dewa United Grizel, 17. And last but not least is Shalalu Sonora with 16. So that is the teams that actually is going to play right after this. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly happened. Well, domineering teams was, of course, Indonesia as a country, because there was a lot of Indonesia teams that
Mhm.
was like, they were killing like nobody's business. But sometimes, this kind of tournaments, I always happen to see is that the first day, some of these teams, they don't actually show their true selves. So they were like, you know what? I'm just going to show a little bit of my damages, giving you some knockouts, but I'm not going to get the kill. So probably today we would see a different matchup. Apparently, they will show their true selves, and probably the people that actually decided to kill yesterday, they would probably be doing it more tactically. So probably yesterday they were just going around to kill. Today is gonna be harder to kill those teams. You know that, Tos?
We'll have to wait and see. And a big shout out to our organizers, FSL, as well as our supporter partners, which is Intel as well as Yahoo. And I have to agree, right, Sis Jenny? Teams that don't really show their strength in the qualifiers, it's a really good strategy. Because one, you don't you don't show your strategy to the rest of the teams, and
Mm-hmm.
two, once you finally show it to your opponents, they can't
Mm-hmm.
counter it because they don't know what to expect, right? And you're right in saying that Indonesia definitely dominated the charts. I believe we have more than half of the teams actually in the finals coming in from Indonesia. But of course, that's not to discredit the rest of the teams or the regions. They do have multiple representatives in there. We have Sabrina from the Philippines. We have Valdez Euphrosyne, Revenges Thea, and Valdez Lady Streamer from Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Sir Cloud PPG, Powerpuff Girls from Malaysia. And last but not least, Shalalu Senora from Singapore. So every single region is being represented here today. And
Mm-hmm.
but the main bulk of it will be from Indonesia. So will Indonesia reign supreme today, Sis Jenny? Will they take all three, four spots at the top? We don't know. We have to jump into the game to see. So I hope you guys are ready for some action-packed PUBG action. All right. So let's go. Let's go quickly. Go with expectations. Who do you think will be coming out on top?
Something tells me that today, um, one is the Thailand teams will come up. Second is Indonesia will make it harder for everyone to even contest them, because I've seen how they play in finals before. Not only just this, not just FSL, maybe others. They try to play more and bigger mind tricks to you, and even trapping you in thinking that, hey, you can kill me. But At the end,
Mind
suddenly
games.
where the vultures come out and then suddenly you get shot from the distance. That is what I want to see today. And
Mm,
it will be much trickier. Of course, we have not seen the fullest potential of all the teams, not forgetting the other countries that actually made it into the table, which is Malaysia, Philippines, and also Singapore. Being so representative of Malaysia and Singapore, there's only one team each. That would be kind of tricky too,
mm,
because um, they have leveled up in their performance, honestly. Especially Singapore has not been in the international ground for quite some time, and you might see a
mm.
little surprise from the Singapore team.
So let's hope we see surprises all around in today's five match-up finals, because we'll be going to Erangel, Miramar, Sandhawk before we go on the repeat of Erangel as well as Miramar. So yesterday, let's talk a bit about yesterday's games, right? So Bellatron, like you mentioned,
Mm.
they dominate the whole competition.
Mhm.
70 points. After the second game, they were so clear of the competition that they were a shoot-in to the finals, right? And would this be a same repeat in the finals? Will they do the same as what they did in the group stages? Will they keep dominating everyone?
I believe so because it's a normal thing for Beltron to kill. If
Mhm.
they are not killers, then they won't be the champions, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I guess they will still do the domineering trait, being the alpha dog, but it might be a little bit tricky because probably people have studied and do homework from yesterday's match and they realize on how or what are the weakness of certain teams and they will try to tackle that down in order to get placement points or even to eliminate the entire team that was trying to lead in the scoreboard. So again, it will be a lot of question and a whole lot of surprise because remember the prize pool, Toast.
And the prize pool is a juicy 1,000 Singapore dollars, broke apart to I think three or I think four placements, right? So they definitely will be looking out for those prize placements. $500 for first place. Second is 250. Third, I think is what 175, and last but not least, fourth with $75. So those are like really motivating factors for all these teams, right? Because you how many hours are we gonna play? And if you get champion, that's already like easy $500 for the team. For the team's coffers. So definitely will help to boost the team coffers a bit. And but we cannot discount the rest of the teams though. So Sabrina, Group A chart toppers with I believe 52 points. So yeah, so let's see how they will go about in the game. I believe the game has already started. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Erangel for the very first game of the finals.
And yes, true enough, those we are back live in the OP map. I like to say that OPOG because uh, PUBG started in Erangel, and hence this is one of our favorite matches or maps that we usually play, especially players. We love this map so much. In three different islands, if you can realize, they are break to three different parts, and the flight route it somehow is going towards Sovnoska military base Novo. And did you know? I will always tell you fun facts. What Erangel was inspired for or inspiration it got from a Russian military base. This is facts, guys.
Oh,
So you can actually Google Sovnoska, and there is that place in this world. So it was a war camp, and they got inspired by that, and that's the reason Erangel was born.
that is very interesting facts, though. I did not know that. We probably have to go a bit on to probably research on that much more. But look at the circle. The circle is on the north side of the map, and that will be proving to be a bit of a problem for those teams that land in the south of that flight path. We have Dr. Sir Cloud, FGID, Victim Reapers, as well as RVG. They're somewhere in the bottom half of the map. But with ample time to make their way into the safe zone, they will definitely have enough time to loot. But of course, there are other teams probably trying to gatekeep in front of them of the safe zone.
Yes, exactly that. And I agree with you, Toast, that this circle is pretty tricky because if you can see the allowance of the water, it is at least about 40. It's almost a 50% because you could count the little lake that divides between two different island, the one in Cerveny and the other one in Rozok, and plus the vast of water that is on the Straits of Cerveny. So it is quite tricky. They can't really use land right now. They have to be strategical on how they're going to rotate because you can see, like what Toast mentioned, a whole lot of teams is on the south, especially Victim Reaper. All of them over in Sovnoska. It will be quite tricky for them to rotate in because everybody would do a gatekeep on the south side, knowing that the flight route was only towards the south side.
This is going to definitely be interesting because teams like Alter Ego, they're also in at the top 16, right? But if you look, Milo, he's kind of split between the rest of his teammates. I mean, even though he has a pair with him, I believe that is Fipar, I believe. But again, 4 against 2, that's going to be a very distinct disadvantage for Alter Ego if they do meet up with any of the surrounding teams, like teams Vel, Team Sabrina, and Team Bellatron. So again, they're being surrounded by teams that are chart toppers in the group stages. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the team will try to regroup here.
Pretty much. I'm just speechless for the current circle. I know somehow there will be quite a number of deaths when it comes to the third circle where everybody decides to come in. That is also another strategical thing that most teams would do. And now we're looking into Vel, who is in Pochinki, one of the hot drops that people like to infect now. We've got isn't that Shelalu who has been targeted right now by another Valdez team. 2 of them has been knocked here. Oh my goodness, is that the entire team? No. So 2 of the players have been brought back to the lobby. Not unfortunate for Shelalu. Probably they were crossing. Another one comes in. Just like
I guess
that.
you have to always watch both ways before you cross the street, right? Because it kind of looks like they got terminated while crossing.
Yeah, and this is the thing about Thailand teams that I was a bit scared about. It's the accurate. Oh my goodness, they are chasing them down, guys. Look at that. The accuracy of their guns. Even though you are on a vehicle, you think you can get away, but the sharpness and the accuracy of the guns that they actually shoot down or spray you down in the vehicle. Oh my goodness, you know what? I can hear sprays, and this is happening on another team. In fact, suddenly Velders decided to focus away from Shelalu and tries to attack to another team. In fact, the damage is already done here. I'm seeing red on Velders. Can we go and look into Velders, number 15? Net Nana has been spotted. Oh my goodness, who is contacting them?
Not very sure, but it's most likely Team Sabrina. It seems like it is Team Sabrina who are chasing Valdez. And they want that early kill because the early kill will definitely set you up in terms of mentally to go for those kills because you definitely want those early kills, get those morale up, get the boost. And you know, this is the finals, right? This is the finals. So you definitely want to be starting off on the right foot because you don't want to be the first team to be eliminated. No one wants to be the first team to be eliminated. So it's very, very going to be very interesting, as well as I would say adrenaline pumping through your veins to try and probably get those kills, steady your nerves, and just go for the survival tactic.
Yes, agree with that, definitely. But let me stop you for a while. Those of you who just jumped in, remember to give us a follow, like, and share. Share it to the entire region, guys, because this FSL not only is just a country, there's a few countries that is in with us today. So you love PUBG, you love FPS, you know what to do. Just share it out. So let's take a look into the first circle again. The reason why you are seeing early rotation, right, Toes? Because some of these teams, like I said, based on performance, these are not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry. They have played in many, many international tournaments, even official ones. So this is one of the strategical way, especially for the first circle, for them to be exactly in the current circle. But not saying that the other teams that is currently not in the circle, they are not experienced or anything like that. No, they are doing a different tactic. And this is what we call buy getting out of the first few battles. So they are going to do a little bit of the blue zone on themselves. So they will get a little bit of the blue zone. But they manage, when teams decides to fight, for example, the center team, the focal point right now, we are seeing a lot of Shalalu, Veldes the Murder, and even Sabrina. They will manage to cross away from that fight. So when they are moving in, when they are fighting, they will get to avoid that. That is actually what they are going to do.
Now looking at another Indonesian team, Dewa United. So they, during the group stages, did, I would say, very, very well. I believe they ended up in third place. I could be wrong, but they end up in third place, and that's why they are here trying to stake their claim in the top 3 place. Right, so as you can see, Victim Reapers, they are in the blue at this point of time. They don't want to go for any early contesting of territory, but we do see Shalalu there being probably a bit too close for comfort with SGID. And Shalalu, we have to just point this out, that they were a team that we didn't really know if they would make it to the top 16 after game number 2. Oh, and we do see Jana getting knocked down. Unfortunate, Bani being very low on health at this point of time. So Shalalu not off to a good start. But as I was saying, after 2 games in the group stages, we didn't know if they would. Oh, and Shalalu, the first team to be eliminated, sis Jenny. But don't forget, they did something similar in the group stages, because they were not, like I said, they were not in contention, right, for the top 16 on Sunday. But that result in game number 3 was just enough, and I really literally mean just enough, to make themselves jump into the top 8, and now here they are. So now they have to just re-strategize on how they're gonna continue on this 5-match final here. 4-match now, since they're eliminated already.
Yes, agreed with that. It's so unfortunate, but what is this cool sound, man? Are you hearing that, Toast?
Yep.
Do you hear the gun?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was the real gun, or I'm not sure what that sound was. But I have to agree, it sounds pretty different, pretty distinct.
I think it's somewhat like a modified version, because lately, this is a little bit on PUBG. Tencent has already, Tencent usually do the update and stuff. So lately, the update from Tencent itself, it has cool effects, like they have voiceover of the pro players. So we have like Mad Parang voices, Ryzen from BTR. They will sell it in a voice package, and you can buy over. So I believe, earlier we heard it was a Scarlight, and that was not supposed to be how a Scarlight would sound. So probably it is a modified version of a gun. And I'm like, what is this? But it's cool. Anyways, back into the game. Whatever that Toast was mentioning, it was true. It's unfortunate for Shalalu, but then again, they might just be testing waters. Usually the first game, some teams would try to do that. But they would come back, and to what I know, Shalalu is full of fraggers. So their strength is definitely not about rotation, but about killing. So they are fast in killing people like Grenade and people like Jana. But you know what? They are currently in the lobby, probably discussing on what to do next. We're going to focus on the current match where FGRD, who already got 2 kills from the team that we just said, got eliminated. Apparently, FGRD has shown similar prospects from yesterday's game. They are attacking, and Indonesian team, usually they are like this. But do you realize something, Toast? We have not seen in the kill feed. BTR have not come in. So now I'm telling you that this is the thing that they are making a difference in the final round and qualifying round. They're not going to go aggressive.
And that could come back to haunt them, right? Because if they don't go for the kills, they go for the placement points. The placement points can only get you so far, but at the end of the day, you still do need those kill points to actually pad up your points, so that you don't put yourself in a position where it's gonna be a must win to get in the top 4. So it is. I would have to agree that it is quite strange to not see Bellatron in the kill feed, but I would say it's still early games, only second circle. They might come
Mhm.
online at a later date. I mean, later circle, not later date, because this is the only
Mhm.
finals that we're gonna have for
Mhm.
this FSL PUBG Mobile Open. So they could come online in probably the fourth circle. We've seen teams who were quite silent. We did not see any action coming from them. And when the fifth, sixth circle, when it's finally
Mhm.
their turn to shine, it's like, hey,
Mhm.
they've got 6 kills. So that could be in BTR's favor right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. But again, like what was mentioned earlier, some of the teams are getting sprayed down by crossing in, and the circle again still in the favor of the waters. It still want to have a little bit of the water, but now the circle has just shifted totally inside with the Healy side. But Monochrome just got contacted again by Veldus. This is similar to what happened yesterday. We see a lot of kill feed by Veldus, but the unique thing about them is they have been getting damages, they have been getting knockouts, but not much of a kill yesterday. But today we are seeing a different thing coming out from them. It's a whole but Victim Reaper now taking down Monochrome as their first kill, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the second? So Monochrome is just going to cross in, probably trying to aim for the lower compound of the current circle, because if you can't see in the terrains right now of the circle, it is on the hillside. Still getting hurt here by Veldus. Trying to get kill points. Different than yesterday's game. They are coming out. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. A little bit more. Just a little bit more in the pink of health. Who will go down first? But cuteness goes down first. Eliminate straight away. Oh, that cute gorilla. I cannot focus when I see that Godzilla. That's so cute. But yes, those whatever I just said, Veldus decides to kill today. Am I right?
So we are seeing a lot of Veldus in the kill feed. So we do see, but now they are being engaged by Dewa United. So Veldus, their aggressiveness could be the downfall here. They might have gotten a lot of kills. We see 3 kills, and you're right. Previously in the group stages, we do see them in the kill feed a lot. But when it's time to shine, they were just quite still single-digit kills. So
Yep.
a lot of knockdowns, but not a lot of finishing. So
Mm.
definitely we know they can go for those knockdowns, right? They have
Yep.
to go for those push to make sure that they register those kills, because knockdown doesn't count. So only kills does count at the end of the round. So
Mhm.
you can knock down the whole entire map. If you don't get those kills, it would be for nothing.
Exactly. Second that. And again, it's pretty normal for any performance to have a big difference when it's the grand day and the opening day. So yes, celebrities will have the big difference. Similarly to our esports players who are athletes. Right now, they are showing their final day performance. Hence, there will be a different teams that kind of um, tested the grounds yesterday will do killing today. LNR coming into the kill feed, meeting up with a Thailand team again. Veldus replying it back. And what's happening over there? This is we are witnessing in Indonesia versus a Thailand team. But Doctor Cloud coming in, eating a little bit of the blue zone, but it is working out well for them, isn't it? They are four ladies still alive, crossing in exactly, going to ignore whatever finishing or argument is happening, the fighting. They're going to ignore. They're going to try and secure a slot, but Eleanor. Oh my god, look at far. This is not a good place to be. Probably it was a mistake not to be here, because this place is obvious that you will get the kill. It's like a trap. But you know what? PPG probably they are trying to test their firepower while moving in right now, because these are the areas that you do not want to be in Erangel this spot. If you do wanna, you have to get a barrier. You need to get a cover, because this is basically a whole lot of entry points and exit points. Anybody can kill you. Anybody can shoot you. Like LNR, who just got in, just got one Powerpuff Girls kill, but they immediately Vita Oink got contacted right after that. So like I said, this is a trap. This is a death trap. This particular location right now.
Yes, and unfortunately for Dr. Sir Cloud, they've already lost 2 players. Does not look like they'll be able to go for that revive. That play is just too close to the enemy's line of sight. So Dr. Sir Cloud, and then look at that put, is just too far away from Miko. I believe Miko has already gone down. So now it's Bible as well as put the only two players for Dr. Sir Cloud. Velders as well. They do have two players, but they are on the move. Moving in towards the circle. This is the fourth circle. So will we see BTR come online here, Sis Jen? I know we mentioned that they might come online in the later circles, but it is the fourth circle. Still no BTR.
We're starting to see the kill feed coming up from BTR here. But if you realize they are being gatekept by a team behind them. And if I'm not mistaken, it was RBG. So they can't really perform they can't show their all out because they are being gatekept by two teams. I saw Victim Reaper at the bottom part of where BTR is. And behind them was actually RVG. So they can't really kill as much as they want to. They have to conceal their body as and when. So they can't do that quick jiggle or that quick flick scope. They can't do that because they know they would be seen. Again, these tactics are being studied from yesterday. But I do want to see what's the fight that is happening currently because I do hear a lot of sprays. And we are looking into Team 15. This is Velders, the other team or the professional players besides the lady streamers. They are going to try to contest with RVG Team 11 that is right on top of this big rock, trying to get into it. But look at how Mew is keeping the steps, not moving anything at all. This is really very good tactics because you can't seem to find the person. This person would probably doubt herself, like, is this player here or not? And because of this thinking, trying to figure out, sometimes because of that, vulnerability goes to this player, November, because it will be seen by other teams that will just knock this person down, and then vice versa. It is a reverse psychology immediately. Now, moving into this team, what can you tell us, Toes? What's happening here?
Alter Ego, there are kind of looks like they are securing this compound, and it was definitely a very good compound. They do have Team Luna Nera in their sights, as well as other teams that might jump into the circle, because we don't know where the next circle will be. But Victim Reaper just taking out Onyx Mute with that grenade, and Onyx have to pull up their socks here. They need a very, very good starting game to go into game number 2, because again, Onyx was in the same boat as Shalalu, right? They were we didn't know if they were able to make it into the top 16. But again, with that last game result in Sandhawk, they were able to eke out a win, eke out enough points to make it into the top 16. So they don't want it to be in a similar condition, right? They don't want to go and get to eke out a win. They want to convincingly win to prove any of their naysayers wrong.
Yes, and if you guys check in the mini-map earlier, or the map that was shown by the Awesome Observer, there was a hard shift. That's the reason why Dr. Sir Cloud, PPG did not make it. They were trying to move in, and then they got engaged again, being sprayed unexpectedly. Just the spray could brought down two of the ladies. Two of them were engaged and then totally brought back to the lobby. And then Putri and Baby Bell was in trouble. They were separated, and then Zone just ate them. So exactly, I'm seeing another explosion here from LNR, and these shots are coming from Dion, from that compound behind. They can see there is a vehicle there. Oh my goodness, that is such a sharp shooter indeed. With that Mosen in hand, RVG player decides to just scope in, knowing exactly what they are shooting at, looking at the grounds, where the air player might be. Game instincts again, 101. Just saw the player immediately take away back to the lobby. RVG, again, I'm seeing BTR being domineering here, taking the lead in the kills. But again, this circle is a hard shift. It's towards Yasanaya. RVG taken by Potato. BTR with two players was alive, in fact. Just taken down easily, just like that, by doing the jiggle, coming up and taking them down. How many kills do BTR already have, guys? I have no idea. But now let's look back into Team 3, which is Dewa United Grizel. Again, another aggressive team showing off their fragging skills, trying to still find people nearby this rock. Because I don't know why, but the circle has these cliffs that players has to play with, and a huge land of no man's land. They need to have the cover. They need to do a lot of troubles, a barricade. In fact, Potato is running in. You look at how tactical this woman is. Look at this lady, guys. Confidently throwing the trouble, trying to shoot down. Knows there's 2 players down there, not coming in straight. Look at how tactical, how this tactical play is being carried out. Not coming in straight, knowing the player is there, guys. Look at this timing that is going in the heads of this player. I am so amazed at this skill, man. It's not something that you can think out of under pressure. It's like as if you are trained to do so. You are not supposed to push, even though the vulnerability of the enemy is there. You could come in. The life is super low for the other team, but the timing that Potato took, it was like on time, on target. And look at Asha here, probably being that sniper, because I think she's carrying a mini 14, and from the distance using a red dot on an M4. So I'm sure they don't have to. Asha is probably a single tapper, a killer, just from the distance, giving a lot of damages. Again, BTR coming into the kill feed toes.
This is where they finally can come online. 8 kills already for BTR. Long range shot onto Victim Reaper. Managed to get 1 player knocked down, I believe, but not for the final kill. And I don't believe they realized that they did not eliminate Dewa United, because they still had 1 player still alive. I might be wrong here, but I did see Dewa United still in here, because they managed to revive another player, right? So 2 players were up.
Yep.
They only got 1 player eliminated. The other player that was revived, I believe is still in here. I could be wrong, but we are watching team at number 11 still.
Right, and this is RVG, Team 11. This is a Thailand and Indonesia team. This is what exactly, look at that firepower. With only 20% of the HP left, but managed to get that 1 single tap, a bullet decides whose bullet will go in first. Apparently, BTM's bullet is much more dangerous. Now, 1 more person on the BTR, or Beltron just got sacrificed. And Asha is just there. But Gaddy is not giving that body allowance at all. Not at all, guys. Look at how strategic this is being carried out. Not coming in, not rushing in too much. Trying to bring down Asha, but Asha is getting Upa on the other side. How is that even possible, bro? You've got RVG on top of you and you can kill somebody down there. What is happening? What? This is God level.
And the teams are jiggling much more than a souffle pancake, right? But they are getting those kills. And we are just down to 3 teams, 9 players still remaining. 7 kills already on the side of RVG, and they still have a full 4-man squad. RVG will go for the pickup onto Midas. BTR, they are still trying to shoot and gain that advantage up over onto RVG. Alter Ego, 2 players only remaining, so it's still a 4v2v3, I believe. Not sure how the cut is at this moment in time. Also, RVG still has 4. Sorry, Alter Ego still has 3. So BTR, they are unfortunately not in a distinct advantage at this point of time. Alter Ego, they are in the circle, so if the circle starts to close on in, BTR as well as Revenge will have to push on to the location of Alter Ego. Can Alter Ego defend their position here and continue on to get the first chicken dinner of the day? 11 kills on the side of BTR, but 1 player still very, very low. It is Dust. We'll use that first aid kit as Team Alter Ego. They are getting pushed here by the rest of Team BTR. They're going for the flank here. So FIPA just prepping that grenade. Will we see a grenade kill here onto FIPA? Does not register. Baby last still inside of that building. Still this much needed compound advantage. I'm not sure which of the teams. It's really an equal match at this point of time. FIPA just find 1 play trying to go for that flank. Sis Jenny, who do you think has the advantage at this point of time?
Right now, I want you guys to look at this from Dion itself. Yesterday, I did a little bit of research. So apparently, this is their PUBG team. So guys, I was wrong. Not my ML team. This is a PUBG team, the one that they have. So they are sending this team out. But I want you to look into how Dion is fighting. They are using off angles to hit onto BTR. places like a table, they are using it as a cover, because if the enemy were to reply back from that distance, they might hit the table and not the enemy. Now, this is smart thinking, guys. We can replicate this, but not easy, because you got to think on your feet on what works and what not. But Dust is behind there, coming out from the smoke, and look again with that off angle effect. It freaking works, guys. I love this. Smart ladies, man. It's easy. They are like doing it with the props. They're doing it so well. That's the great distinction between these two performing team. I really admire on how they are using off angles and quick scopes just to make sure they still get the damage, but we still win a chicken dinner. Oh my goodness.
Brings down Baby and Dion gets the first chicken dinner of the day. Alter Ego Dion with an amazing 12 kills. BTR did come online, but later in the match, but they still reign supreme in terms of kill points. They are in second with 14 kills. RVG, on the other hand, with 7 kills in third. Valdez in fourth with 4. FGID in fifth with 3 kills. Victim Reapers, they did very well for themselves, but unfortunately they got eliminated in 6th position. Dewa United in 7th. RVG in 8th. Luna Nera in 9. Onyx in 10. Dr. Sir Cloud, Powerpuff Girl in 11. Sabrina, quite surprised they are in 12th position. Valdez, who came in with just 3 members in 13, DMS 13 as well, 3 members in 14th position, Monochrome Lead in 15th, and last but not least, Shalalu Senora in 16th. That was a very hectic last round though. We did not see, we were not fast enough to actually catch that grenade being thrown, right? So we saw Baby La being picked up by Dust, but just one grenade was all it took to eliminate the whole of BTR. Sis Jenny, did that turn out as how you have imagined it?
I am still amazed with. I feel like I want to cry, because such talents, guys. It's big difference on how the qualifying rounds and the final round. Because if you can see, like I was saying about the outsmarting your enemy, and you if I could do a replay, guys, or it might be captured in the highlights later, they were doing a lot of off angles, and they seem to know where to be. The only, BTR was finding it a bit hard to find Dion, because they were using ridiculous things to
Table.
cover
The table.
the table, the car, and where exactly they were supposed to prone. Like normal players would just, I want to prone quite a little bit in the back, but that particular vehicle was not exploded at all, near the one near Dion. But BTR did not bother to spray. You know why? I'm telling you that I've seen a lot of tournaments before, and the reason why they did not spray that vehicle is because if they start to spray, you see Dion, they have 2 more players and none of them got knocked. You see, if they waste their time to spray, and even if they get concealed by the tree or even the grasses, the other player knows where the sound is coming, will hit that player, and then BTR will be having a disadvantage. That's the reason why they did not, come out to spray at all. They just waited for Dion to make that move, but Dion tried to oversmart BTR and they won. So I'm just amazed with the amount of skills and thought that was put in while under pressured by the other team. So really, hats off, man. Crazy.
You kind of got Sis Jenny speechless, Dion. Very, very unorthodox gameplay there, using the table as cover, chucking that last grenade. I'm not sure if he had another grenade or they actually wanted to go for the push, but that lucky grenade just landed next to Babyla, who was already revived, just revived, like probably a second earlier revived. And I believe she was just about to use her health, first aid kit, and bandages. But boom, goes the chicken dinner, and Alter Ego, your very first winner for game number 1. So we'll jump into game number 2 very, very shortly. So we'll take a quick break, and so get your drinks back on. It is still probably lunchtime, so I hope you guys had lunch, and we'll see you after the break.